Hi, I'm Crafty Patty. I found this darling little book and wanted to share it with you. It's called A Handful of Quiet, written by Zen Master, Thich Nhat Hanh. It's basically happiness in 4 pebbles. He invented this meditation for children, but you will find it is beneficial for all of us. If you already meditate, then that's wonderful. If you are new to meditation, then you will find that Thich Nhat Hanh's Pebble Meditation is easy and effective. It will help you quiet your mind, not only for right now, but for every day of your life. You can have a look for this cute little book, but if you can't find a copy, we'll get you started right now. So I hope you will join me for a little meditation. You can do this anywhere. Just find a quiet place. That's why you find me in my bedroom, because it's nice and quiet. But I prefer to do it outside, maybe by a tree or even by the ocean would be wonderful. But if we're inside right now, any place is great, as long as you can do it. For this meditation, you will need 4 pebbles. Or if you can't find 4 pebbles, then you could maybe have 4 buttons or 4 beads, whatever you can find that you have around. Each of the pebbles is going to represent a different image in nature. We will start with a flower, then a mountain, calm water, and space. Later on, you can choose to change it up and have your 4 pebbles represent love, compassion, joy, and inclusiveness. Or you can choose to have the pebbles represent your loved ones. Holding each pebble, you can send your love to that person as you breathe the 3 times. Put your 4 pebbles to your left. Pick up one of your pebbles and place it in your hand. Look at your pebble. Cover it with your other hand. You're breathing in. And you're saying, I see myself as a flower. And as you breathe out, you say, I feel fresh. So in silence to yourself, with your eyes closed if you prefer, silently say and recite the words to yourself as you breathe in. So when we're breathing in, we're going to say the word flower. When we breathe out, we say the word fresh. So as an example, flower, fresh. I will let you do that 2 more times in your own silence. Okay, now place that pebble to your right. Now pick up a second pebble, place it in your palm of your hand, look at it, and cover it with your hand. This pebble is going to represent a mountain. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. And breathing out, I feel solid. Now 3 times in silence. When you breathe in, you'll say the word mountain. When you breathe out, you'll say the word solid. As an example, breathing in, mountain. Breathing out, solid. Now I'll let you do it 2 more times on your own. And now place that pebble to your right. Picking up your 3rd stone, placing it in your palm, having a look at it, covering it with the other hand. Breathing in, I see myself as still water. And when you breathe out, I reflect things as they are. Now 3 times in silence. An example, breathing in, water. Breathing out, reflecting, now by yourself. And place that stone to your right. Our last stone, pebble into your palm, looking at it and placing your other hand over top. Breathing in, I see myself as space, and breathing out, I feel free. 3 times. Example, breathing in, space. Breathing out, free. And again, 2 times on your own. And place that pebble to your right. You have now completed the Pebble Meditation. I hope you feel relaxed and fresh as a flower. Smile and be grateful. I have made this little pebble bag for my Pebble Meditation. So if you wish to know how to make this little cute little bag, continue watching and I'll show you how. This could also make a lovely gift for somebody. So you could add the little saying and pop it in the bag for them and add some stones or pebbles and give that as a wonderful little gift for somebody. Find a piece of scrap fabric that you really like, and all you'll be needing is about a 9" by 9" piece, so that would be 22.86 centimeters squared. And then you want to find just any object that will cut out approximately an 8" circle. This one's a little bit bigger than that, but that's fine. So 8 inches or 20.32 centimeters. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to first grab a couple little sewing pins. And of course you can sew this by hand or sew it on the machine, whatever you prefer. This is just going to hold the 2 pieces of fabric together while we're sewing. And of course we've got right sides together. We'll just place our circle, whatever we have. I've got a plate, making sure I don't go off my edge, and we're just going to trace around. And I've just got a pen. You can use a pencil, whatever you've got. And you can choose to use your rotary cutter or a pair of scissors to cut out your circle. I'm going to cut just to the inside of my drawn line. Doesn't really matter because this is going to be inside the seam anyways. I'm just going to cut my little square out here so it's easier to cut. I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and we're going to sew all the way around, leaving an opening so we can turn it to the right side. And with approximately a 1/4 inch seam, where I always just put my presser foot right on the edge, and let's sew around. Backing stitch on the start. And leaving a space for turning. Back stitch. Remove your pins. And let's turn that to the right side. And folding in our little opening. You can finger press that. Just use your fingers to pull out your seams. And ironing always makes your sewing go much easier, and your finished project will be much nicer. Now we're going to take it back to the sewing machine, and we're going to stitch really close to the edge all the way around. I've now cut a 2-foot piece of embroidery cotton, the color of your choice, of course. That's about 61 centimeters. And I'll just thread it onto a needle, one with a big enough eye that I can get my embroidery cotton through. I am using all 6 strands of embroidery cotton. So I just like to fold it right over the needle and slide it off. I find that's the easiest way when you're trying to get a lot of thread through the eye of a needle. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sew along, and I'm going to come in right below where I can feel where my seam allowance is in there. So I'm going to come just below that, and we're just going to go in and come out, and we're going to go about a 1/2 inch apart all the way along. So just go in and back and in into the back, punching holes about every 1/2 inch. When you're almost all the way around, you'll want to gather this up a bit because you will start to run out of your thread. So I'm just going to, so I will just pull on these and just gather them up a little bit so I can continue with the rest of my thread for my last few stitches. And then when you get to the end, see if you can try to make it so you've brought them both up together at the end here. So they're both on the same side where you end. You can take your needle out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this gather up a little bit so it forms a little bit of a tighter bag. Big enough that I can still get my pebbles out. That should be good about there. And then I'm going to tie a knot on the end here so I don't lose my cording. So I'll just come around and tie a knot on each of these ends so it doesn't pull all the way through again. And the same on the other side. And now what I'm going to do is thread my needle again. And I've chosen to, you can put on a button or whatever you like, but I'm going to choose to put on a couple beads. So I'm just going to thread on a couple beads. And then on this last bead, I'm going to come and thread it through again, like so. And then I'm going to loop my needle through there so it ties a knot. And I'll go through one more time. And through the hole again. And I lost my little And there, so I'll just thread that again. And I'll come through those loops that I've just made. And if you're short on thread, come through with the back of your needle, and then you've got enough, just in case you cut yours too short. And we'll do that one more time. I'll come through with my back. Cut off your end. And we'll do the same for the other side. I like the feel of pebbles for the Pebble Meditation. They just feel smooth and they're round, and I do like those. If you don't have any pebbles around, you could use beads, or you could even use buttons, pieces of paper. And when you're first starting out, if you're trying to remember the little Pebble Meditation, on the back of my stones, when I first started, I wrote what I was going to do. This is the flower, meaning feeling fresh, and the water that is reflecting, and the mountain that's solid, and the space that makes you feel free. So I've got my little bag, got the little meditation note, and my 4 pebbles, and we can cinch it up, and we're ready to take that anywhere I want to feel relaxed and just chill out for a bit and make myself be quiet and calm my mind. So I hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, be happy. Bye-bye.